We'll start at the beginning. Again, my name is Julie Ruark, and you are at my free masterclass called Dominate Local Searches, 3 Secrets to Getting Fully Booked. And that's an example of what a near me search can look like. Someone might be typing in Google, life coach near me, or spiritual coach near me, or parenting classes near me. And the question is, how do we get them to find you? A little bit more about me. I do have a business called 5B Creative, and we do lots of things around digital marketing, including website, social media, email, and ads. But today I'm going to be sharing with you things that you can use absolutely for free. So I'm a marketing strategist, and I've been doing this since 2012. And I built a small boutique marketing agency called 5B Creative. And I just want to say a little bit about that name, 5B. Actually, my inspiration was when we hit the milestone of having 5 billion people on the planet with internet access. I just lit up because I thought we can reach them with online marketing. I think it's a really exciting time to be alive. I don't know about you. So again, as I said, this workshop is, for example, you're in the helping profession, maybe you're a dentist or a chiropractor or a therapist, a nutrition coach. And as we've just learned about each other, life coaches, um, empowerment coaches, leadership coaches, maybe you're offering parenting classes. You're not sure how to find clients or students. And wouldn't it be great if a potential student or client typed into Google, nutrition coach near me, or whatever your industry is, and your name was at the top of the results, or at least on the first page, right? That's what we want to increase our chances of getting on the first page. So what can you do to change that if you're not showing up in those Google searches? Right, so here's an example, it's just a screenshot. I did a search for naturopathic doctor near me, and this is what it'll show a map and some results. It'll show things like how many reviews you have. You'll have a website that you can click on. We'll take a look at that more up close in a minute, but first I want to tell you a story. So this is one of my client, I call her one of my client heroes. And I'm just going to share with you her story. She said, when I turned 65, instead of retiring, I closed my eyes, took a deep breath, and leapt into a new career. So I want to tell you, before this, she was a piano teacher and a pastry chef. So I just want to pause and celebrate that it's never too late to pursue a dream. You're never too old to start something new. So she's really an inspiration to me. So she went back to school, and fulfilling a lifelong dream, she earned her Master of Social Work degree and became a therapist. I found counseling to be incredibly rewarding. I worked in a group practice for a few years and then decided to open my own practice. I had no website, no social media, and a Psychology Today profile that seemed invisible. I had a disabled daughter to support as a single parent. How was I going to find clients? I started working with Julie to find an affordable, simple solution. She identified 3 things that we could implement, and it made all the difference. And I'll share with you what those 3 things were. So as we started working together, I started getting lots of text messages from her. She said, I just checked my Google business profile that you set up for me. It is actually helping me with getting clients. There's been quite a bit of traffic. My business is picking up strangely, suddenly. People are calling right and left. I added 3 new clients last week and a few more the previous week. I got 2 calls in one day. After sitting there moribund for 2.5 years wondering why no one was calling, it's really amazing to suddenly be so in demand. At this rate, I'm going to have to start turning people away. I only have a few slots left. 3 things happened. We fixed up my Psychology Today profile. We made the Google Business thingy. That's what she called the Google Business profile. We put a funky detailed bio on my website. You created a website. The Google Business profile led to lots of people visiting the website. So all of those things I think have played together to result in all of these calls. It's fun, Julie. I do really love seeing these people, getting into their lives, examining exactly what is going on with people who want help to change things that are distressing them. And then they let me help them. Lots of discovery, and then very specific steps to make the changes that will make their lives better. It's totally fun, totally rewarding. I really love it. So thanks. You really helped get my career going after 2.5 years of stasis. So this is just a little bit of the website that I made for her. It was a one-page website. And here's a snapshot from her Google Business profile. And she said, "This is just phenomenal. It's absolutely clear that it was this Google Business profile that has resulted in all of these calls. I now have to turn people away every week. I'm so full I can't take people who I really want to work with. I just don't have any slots. I have a perfect schedule for myself now." So just to recap, for this client, her magic 3 were: 1, a Google Business profile; 2, a website; and 3, we redid her profile in Psychology Today. That was a directory for her industry. That was a really important one to show up in. So just wondering at this point, if you want to just put it in chat, how many of you already have a Google Business profile for your business that you're trying to build right now?
I
Okay.
now know why I need one.
Okay. There's my chat. It disappeared from me. All right, Dave says, "I do not have a profile." Rosita, "I have one, but have not really added anything to it." And we just heard Cindy say, "I don't have one, but I need one." Well, good. This is going to be really relevant for you. I will also talk about other things that we did, but let me first start off with why a Google Business profile. I've noticed, like when I do a search in my city for life coach near me, like almost nothing shows up. I think um, it's getting ignored as an opportunity. I think quite a few business owners don't realize that this is a gold mine, a free gold mine, or you have a Google Business profile that you never pay any attention to. It's like we just take it for granted. We don't realize maybe some very small changes that we could make that would completely change the kind of traffic and visibility that we have. So a Google Business profile, as we've been saying, is important for increased visibility in local searches. Number 2, enhance trust and credibility. Profiles with complete and accurate information, like business hours, contact details, and photos, tend to be trusted more by users. Reviews and ratings also play a vital role in building credibility. And better user engagement. So an optimized profile allows you to provide information directly to your potential customers. Like you can click on the button that says website, or you can click on, sometimes you can click on call right from the Google Business profile. It also connects you to useful insights and analytics. So Google Business profile will give you a performance report. It'll let you know how many people saw this profile. Are they looking at the map? You can get all kinds of analytics for free by using a Google Business profile. It's a free and easy marketing tool. It's a cost-effective way to market your business. It doesn't take too long to set up a profile, and you can significantly impact your local search presence. You have control over your brand image. So you can respond to reviews, you can update photos, you can even post announcements on your Google business profile. And then lastly, this gives you a competitive advantage. If your competitors have less optimized profiles, this gives you an edge. So we could look right now online, we could do a search, and the ones that are at the top have a more complete profile. They may also have more Google reviews. So there are some simple things we can do to improve Google business profiles, but just some stats. You should know that local searches are booming. Near me searches have increased 900% in the last 2 years. 46% of all searches on Google are now local. 97% of Google's users have searched for local businesses. 88% of people who do a local search call the business within 1 day. So whatever your business is or business that you're thinking about starting, people are looking for you on Google, among other places. So here's a different example and a word of warning. So what we're looking at here, the middle column is number of consultations booked. So this is a naturopathic doctor in my area, one of my clients, and we decided to double his revenue last year. We were aiming for at least 4 new clients every month. And so the middle column is how many people booked a call, and the column on the far right is how many of those people became new clients. So most of the time we hit our goal. So we've got 8, 4, 8, all the way down to September. In September, we only had 2 people become new clients. And it was very easy for us to see the reason for the drop off there. And it was a problem with his Google business profile. So the reality is Google gets to make the rules. And they decided last year to randomly require thousands of business owners to complete a Google Ads verification, a bunch of forms, actually. You had to submit a bunch of documentation, and if anything was incomplete, the computer would send it back to you and say, this is incomplete. And there was a deadline attached to that. And I think as I spoke with Google later, they didn't anticipate that most of these businesses would wait until the last minute to get this done. And they were overwhelmed with problems. And so even though this client was a Google Ads customer spending $1,000 a month on Google Ads, they said, oh, we're going to stop your ad and we're going to stop promoting your Google business profile because you're not verified. And it was a paperwork glitch, right? Took 7 weeks for him to get that resolved. And for him, his clients are worth thousands of dollars. So for him to go from 8, 7, even 4 down to 2 cost him money. So I just share that story as a word of warning that if you do have a Google business profile, it's bringing you in clients, it's increasing your income. We need to check it every once in a while, see what kind of notifications Google is sending us, and make sure we're playing by the rules, because they can do arbitrary things like that. Another word of warning, if you're getting good traffic from a Google business profile, and then you move your office to a different location and you go in there and change your address, your traffic might stop. That happened to another person that I know. And yeah, now she's in a new place. There's new competition. Google has to go through their process of deciding that you're legit. Just all you did was change the address. So keep up with your Google business profile, optimize it, fill it out completely, and be cautious about how many changes you make to the basic information, like address. and name of your business. So you want to think through those things a little bit carefully. If you're creating a Google business profile for the first time, you think carefully about some things like the name, the category, and the address. And I'll get into that in a little bit more. So I'm assuming that from this conversation, you all know either you don't have one or you do have one and you know how to find it. So if I were to Google your business right now, if you have a Google business profile, it's going to show up on the right side of my screen. If you don't have one that shows up, that means you don't have a Google business profile yet. So what do I mean by optimized profile? What does an optimized profile look like? So in my business, I have a 32-point checklist. I can go over someone's Google business profile and go through this checklist and see if there's anything missing or anything that's not quite right. So it includes things like reviews, if you have any services listed, if you have a Q&A section, basic business information, including hours, name, address, phone number, design, what category you've picked. Let's go back to that other one again. Yeah, just all the real estate that Google gives you. How are you using it? And is it accurate? So this is an example of a checklist that I use to evaluate if a Google business profile is optimized completely, because we want to leverage it as much as possible. So again, the magic 3 for my client D was Google business profile, a website, and for her, she only needed a simple one-page website, and then directories. So what does Google look for on my website? What's the connection? So actually, believe it or not, the Google computers are comparing the information you put on your profile with the information that they find on your website. So if you have one phone number on your profile and a different phone number on your website, that's going to flag Google. If your hours on your website are different than the hours on your profile, that will also send up a flag. So they're looking for exact matches. Even if you have two phones or two phone numbers that you use, the one you put on your website and the one you put on your profile need to match. So that's just an example. Google is trying to give their users a trustworthy referral to businesses that they're looking for. And if the computer finds anything that they think is a red flag, they're going to send that person looking for help to your competition. So that's just a detail. It's a lot of this is in the details, right? So they're going to look for your website and compare it to your profile. And then the last thing I didn't talk too much about is, what do you mean by directories? So for my client who's a therapist, the most important directory that she wanted to get listed in is psychologytoday.com, because that's where people go to find a therapist. There are thousands listed in there, and you can search by area. For my naturopathic doctor, he had 12 or 13 different directories that he could be listed in. So it depends on the industry that you're in. For a local restaurant or salon owner, a directory would include things like Yelp, the local chamber of commerce. So it depends on your industry and where you have the ability to be listed in other places. And these directories are free, right? But they just give you more visibility. So taking some time to think about what are the directories that you can be listed in that will give you a boost in visibility for free. Well, one question you might be wondering is, well, what if I have all of this and I'm not fully booked? I have two answers. One, we want to take a look at your profile to see if it's optimized, your website. Another thing that Google looks at is how fast does your website load? What's the page speed? So I've had several clients with great looking websites, but they took so long. Okay, long from Google's point of view is longer than 5 seconds. So there are tools we can use to test your page speed, and there are easy things we can fix if it's too slow. So there may be something like that to fix or correct to boost the way that Google is helping people find you. But then another possibility is you do have this basic marketing foundation in place. You have a great website, you have a great Google business profile, you're in directories, you're still not fully booked. Then that would be a second stage of marketing. And so Dr. Jason, who I mentioned earlier, he has what I call the magic 5. So he has the website, the Google business profile, he's in directories, and then he's also doing Google ads. So at some point in your business's future, you may need to go beyond the first 3 and look to see what's number 4 going to be that will bring in the extra clients that you need to fill up your schedule. So I plan on doing another workshop sometime in the future on Google Ads. I also will identify other things that would be easy, simple next steps for people who are trying to grow their business and they're facing a challenge. So thank you. I'm going to stop sharing my screen in a minute and just take questions from you. If you do have questions or you want some help, here's how to contact me. I also want to invite you to my free Facebook group, and the link is up there. And also making an offer. Normally, my Google Business Optimization is $97, but for everyone that comes to this master class today, I offered this to you for free. If you don't already have a Google business profile and you'd like some help setting it up, I will set it up for you, free, no strings attached. If you already have one and you'd like me to take my 32-point checklist and look over your Google business profile and identify maybe 2 or 3 things that you could improve, I'd be happy to do that as well. Again, absolutely free, no strings attached. So it's just a way for me to help you grow your business, and it's easy for me to do that. Yes, Rosita says, do you do work with YouTube? Yes. So my little agency offers video editing, video repurposing. So if you have a longer video and you want a bunch of shorts, we do that pretty inexpensively. We create custom thumbnails, and we know all about YouTube SEO. As well as we can set up a YouTube channel from scratch and give you the cover art for your YouTube channel. I was just telling my family today that the #1 way that Gen Z prefers to learn today is YouTube. And so I'm like, I'm going to start a YouTube channel. Well, I have one, but I've been ignoring it. So I'm going to really make 2024 the year of YouTube. See how that goes. But yeah, we've helped transform YouTube channels for some of our clients, and we have an idea of the long game in that. How long does it take before your audience, your subscribers, and your views can really take off? So I think it's an exciting place to be. I encourage all of you, if you have any inclination to be on YouTube, you should go for it.
Julie, can you put your Facebook page in the chat? I just want to make sure that I join while I remember it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Dave, do you have that link? Or I never sent it to you. Okay, let's see.
You had it on one of your slides. I just didn't catch it.
Right, let me get that back up here. Well, I'll just go to my Facebook group real quick. We still have a second. Thanks for your patience. Called the Tech Savvy Collective. And so after the groups, it's Tech Savvy Co. And I plan to use that space to answer questions, to share resources, checklists, tips, demos, and more. So it's a full-time job, keeping up with everything that's changing in the world of tech and digital marketing, and helping business owners go from invisible to visible. So I'd like to share the best of what I'm learning there. Did you have a question, Cindy? Okay, you're just giving me a wave.
Just wanted to say thank you. I wanted to say thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
I have to run, but thank you.
Yep, thanks everybody. That's all I've got. Let's be in touch and have a great weekend.
Thank you, Julie. This is really good. I'll be seeing you in our call.
Okay, great.
Bye. Bye, everybody.
Bye.